Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Tuesday, the 23rd of July, 2024, the year of 1 million transactions per second and more. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's see what we've got today. So this was just 5 hours ago by Cointelegraph saying Mt.Gox sees $3.2 billion worth of BTC outflows in just 2 hours. That's 47,500 BTC. Jeepers. Just found this article from Wired magazine. I thought it was kind of interesting. Might have a look at that. Crypto Potato. Bit of fun here saying Kraken becomes official crypto partner of Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, it just goes to show you the reach, of these things. I mean, the sponsor, yeah, look. Formula 1, OKX, Crypto.com. I mean, it's just massive. Yeah, when you realize like how much it's grown. Then I found this article on Craig Wright by Investopedia. It was actually I thought just might go through some of the titles here. It's quite interesting. Nothing really on CoinDesk. Then we got a little bit of Bitcoin, which it was this article here about Metatron and MetaNet. A bit of Bitcoin history. Then some other articles that I found from other sources, and then we'll go through the charts as usual. Right. Let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Okay, so Mt.Gox sees $3.2 billion worth of BTC outflows in just 2 hours. In a significant development, Mt.Gox has transferred over 47,500 BTC to unknown addresses, significantly reducing its Bitcoin BTC reserves. Mt.Gox again began shifting funds on July 23rd, that's today, moving over 47,500 BTC worth almost $3.2 billion to 2 unknown addresses. I wonder if they're ETF addresses. Who knows? According to Arkham Intelligence data, Mt.Gox holds 90,344 BTC worth $6.2 billion. But this is outdated, and its current holding now stands at around 42,744 BTC worth $2.8 billion. Following the defunct exchange's repayments statement on July 5th, it established plans to promptly carry out repayments to creditors that seem well underway. Mt.Gox outflows destinations. The Mt.Gox wallet labelled Mt.Gox Cold Wallet 1JBZ sent 5,010 BTC worth around $340 million to an unknown wallet and the cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp. Of the 5,110 BTC, 2,871 worth around 191 million was sent to an unknown address starting with 1JKMS, while the remaining funds worth 149 million. I mean, these figures are just absolutely nuts when you think about it. But I mean, these days you're talking about billions in the crypto sphere. You know what I mean? Jeeper. You're just throwing these figures around. Oh, yeah, 191 million, 149 million. I mean, jeepers. Landed on Bitstamp. The preceding 42,587 BTC worth 2.85 billion was sent out earlier to another unknown address starting 15YPU. Preparations for Bitstamp. On July 22nd, Mt.Gox began preparing to repay creditors through Bitstamp, according to on-chain fund holding movements. According to Arkham Intelligence, Mt.Gox addresses deposited $1 to 4 separate Bitstamp deposit addresses. Bitstamp is one of 5 exchanges working with the Mt.Gox trustee. Despite finance analyst Jacob King speculating in an ex-post on July 4th that 99% of creditors would sell their coins the moment they began, a Reddit poll suggests otherwise. Over 12 billion offloaded, while the latest 3.2 billion in BTC shifted out of Mt.Gox addresses the tally amount to over 12 billion offloaded to creditors since July 16th. On July 16th, the defunct exchange saw outflows of 140,000 BTC in a significant move after 2 weeks of on-chain inactivity. With a volume of almost 190,000 BTC moved in just 3 hours, Mt.Gox fund outflows contributed to over $12 billion in volume movements as repayment proceeded as promised. Cheaper. I mean, the figures are staggering. Staggering. My goodness. And this was by Wired magazine. So it said Bitcoin royalty descends on Satoshi Nakamoto trials. This is back in February, but see what they say anyway. Craig Wright has claimed for years to be Satoshi Nakamoto, creator of Bitcoin. This week in the UK High Court, Nakamoto's early collaborators took the stand. Bitcoin was invented by Satoshi Nakamoto, an enigmatic figure about whom almost nothing is known. 15 years ago, Satoshi brought the idea of electronic cash system into being with the help of a small cast of oddballs. This week, some of those early collaborators, now crypto celebrities in their own right, took to the witness box of a London courtroom. They had come to testify against alleged imposter. Since 2016, Australian computer scientist Craig Wright has claimed to be Satoshi. Again, they're missing it out. It was Wired magazine itself and Gizmodo magazine that outed him in December 2015. And they came to him with all this evidence. They even wrote an article, here's all the evidence that Craig Wright invented Bitcoin. So they went to him and said, are you Satoshi Nakamoto? He was like, well, yeah. You know, and then later on they're just like, oh no, you're not. So you've claimed to be Satoshi since 2016 and we think you're fake Toshi. I mean, what an absolute load of crap. So anyway, the claim is widely disputed, yet Wright has wielded it in a series of lawsuits against developers and others in pursuit of establishing intellectual property rights over Bitcoin. The stakes are high. If Wright succeeds, he could prevent developers from working on the Bitcoin codebase and dictate the terms of use for the system. Well, rightly so, he created it. Early this month, the trial began in the UK High Court, the purpose of which is to challenge Wright's claim to be the creator of Bitcoin. The case was filed by a consortium of crypto firms called the Crypto Open Patent Alliance, which is asking the court to declare that Wright is not Satoshi. Alright, so ask and ye shall receive. That's outrageous. Thereby limiting his ability to fund further litigation on the claim. Copa claims that Wright has fabricated his evidence and repeatedly changed his story as new inconsistencies come to light. He called on the early Bitcoiners to help prove it. Yeah, well, they didn't prove jack shit. And all of the witnesses were discredited as being biased against him because they were part of Copa. And Patrick Madden, whose professional opinion that the entire case predicated upon, said that he didn't even write his own professional opinion. It was the opposing counsel that wrote it. Absolutely ridiculous. So, you know, more BS in this article. Can't be bothered like going through it. We know what's going on. But just continuing with that, actually. Let's go on this one. This was actually by Investopedia. It's quite interesting. It says, Craig Wright, early career accomplishments and Bitcoin involvement. Craig Wright, born 1970, is an Australian computer scientist who claims to be Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious inventor of Bitcoin. According to Wright, who was involved in Bitcoin's creation along with his friend and deceased computing security expert David Kleiman. Makes sense. He made his claim after Wired. There we go. He made his claim after Wired magazine and Gizmodo published the possibility of him being Satoshi Nakamoto in December 2015 article. There we go. The article quoted from numerous sources, including Wright's email correspondence and chat transcripts with acquaintances, and referenced business dealings to make its case. Yeah, too right. That was good. Look, Wright's claim generated intrigue, skepticism, and support within the Bitcoin community. For example, Gavin Andresen, a director of the Bitcoin Foundation, who corresponded with Nakamoto while doing initial programming work in Bitcoin, said he was convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that Wright was Satoshi. But critics have largely remained unconvinced about Wright's story, asked for conclusive proof. Security research Dan Kaminsky pointed to Wright's botched attempt to prove his story and bolster his claim as evidence that the claim was a scam. Whatever, but I think I'll take Gavin Andresen's word over that. Why would he risk, having egg on his face? Here's Wright Satoshi. Wired magazine and tech news site Gizmodo were the first publications to suggest that Wright invented Bitcoin. There we go. They dug up all the evidence. Wright also claims to be Satoshi on his personal website. Wired based its claim on an assortment of evidence from a trove of cached documents to deleted blog posts on Wright's personal site to emails passed on to editors from his acquaintances. The case for Wright being Satoshi, according to the publication, Wright used the same email address as Nakamoto for correspondence. That's true. He did. Gizmodo also published emails from Wright lobbying for a regulatory acceptance of Bitcoin to political figures and government agencies. In the emails, he alluded to the possibility of resuscitating Nakamoto, who disappeared after revealing the existence of Bitcoin, to make a case for the cryptocurrency. Would our Japanese friends have weight coming out of retirement or not, he wrote. Whoa! I didn't know he wrote that! That's huge. I might see if I can dig that up. Wow. Wright also supposed to have published a blog post announcing Bitcoin's launch on January 10th. Yeah, there was a Facebook title. Jan 10th, 2009. The post titled "The Beta of Bitcoin is live tomorrow" has since been deleted in another bit of proof. Wright claimed in a conversation with his tax lawyers that he has been running Bitcoin since 2009. Yeah, check it out. Besides Wright's post and correspondence, the publication has also pointed to his business interests, which resemble those required to run cryptocurrency mining operations. Through his company, Tulip Trading, Wright is said to control the 1.1 million bitcoins held by Nakamoto. Surprise, surprise. Those bitcoins were not able to be moved until 2020, according to a trust fund PDF signed by the late Dave Kleiman, Wired stated. Wired articles speculated that Wright may be holding onto the stash for further investment purposes. Tulip Trading was also reported to have made the world's 17th fastest supercomputer coin that had speeds of 3.52 petaflops. 1 petaflop is 1,000 teraflops, or 1 trillion floating points operations per second. Wright also possessed a streak of anti-authoritarianism like Nakamoto. He subscribed to a cypherpunk mailing list that served to fine-tune and evolve standards for cryptocurrencies. Wright is also a libertarian who recommends a return to the gold standard and a fan of Japanese culture. Oh, verifying claims and all that. Yeah, the case against Craig being Satoshi. Fast fact, in 2021, Craig Wright appeared in court, where was the defendant in a lawsuit brought by former business partner claiming that Wright stole intellectual property and also alleged fraud, theft and breach of fiduciary duty. At stake was 50% of Wright's verified 1.1 million BTC. Verified! The jury found Wright guilty only of intellectual property theft and demanded he pay $100 million in damages. He did not, however, have to relinquish any of his bitcoins. Oh my god, the bottom line. While still claiming to be Satoshi Nakamoto, much of crypto community, media and courts have dedicated that these claims are false. Wright still claims that the true Bitcoin today is a hard fork of Bitcoin Cash, which is known as Bitcoin SV, Satoshi Vision. Even without being Satoshi, it is clear that Wright was an early adopter of Bitcoin and managed to accumulate a substantial amount of it early on. Craig Wright claims to be a lawyer, banker, economist, pastor, coder, investor, mathematician, statistician, and world curious. That's pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. Let's have a look at this. 3 people who were supposedly a Bitcoin founder, Satoshi Nakamoto. Have a look. Who's Satoshi Nakamoto? So again, they go on here about Dorian Nakamoto. We know it wasn't him. Craig Wright's in there. Solar and Nick Szabo. They're the 3. They're the 3. I mean, seriously. What? Just look at all that. Yeah, he's won these court cases. He's the stolen rightful owner of the Satoshi coins. And these magazines saying, oh, it's got to be one of these 3 people. He happens to be one of them. You know, and holding one of the most prestigious cybersecurity qualifications in the world. I mean, come on, people. But we know what's going on. Kraken becomes official crypto partner of Tottenham Hotspur. Kraken shares a vision with Tottenham Hotspur on how to leverage cutting-edge technologies like blockchain to enhance clients and fans' experiences. Leading crypto exchange Kraken has linked a partnership with one of England's most iconic football clubs, Tottenham Hotspur. According to the official announcement, the alliance has made Kraken the crypto Web3 and the official sleeve partner of Tottenham Hotspur's men's and women's teams ahead of the 2024-25 football season. Alright, cool. Kraken deepens packed with Formula 1. Alright, but I mean, yeah. Just entertainment news, that really. There wasn't really too much on CoinDesk, just saying a Bitcoin nears 66k as Mt.Gox moves $130 million to Bitstamp, and then Ethereum approved by ICC, bringing Ethereum ETF approved by ICC, bringing popular funds to second largest cryptocurrency. Blah 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 blah. Oh, rubbish. But check this out. So I wrote this: Metatron and MetaNet. Would you believe it? So this is what I found out. Dr. Craig Wright first described the concept of MetaNet at the London CoinGeek conference on the 29th of November 2018. This description later spawned the metaverse and inspired Mark Zuckerberg to change the name of his company from Facebook to Meta. Metadata is the digital data that remains once the original data has been deleted, and so proves that it once existed. The term metadata gets its name from Archangel Metatron, who is referred to as the Holy Scribe of the Heavens, the voice of God, and the Angel of the Covenant. Archangel Metatron was the name given to Enoch after he transcended into heaven and was tasked by God to record all of his deeds and words. It is therefore fitting that a digital network of immutable data be called MetaNet. So now we know where the term meta comes from. It's a reference to Metatron. I'm loving that. Let's have a little look at 365 days of Bitcoin history. See what we got coming up. 23rd of July. So I found this one yesterday, added this one about the start of Ethereum on the YouTube channel with all the things that Vitalik Buterin is saying that confirms that Ethereum is indeed a security as defined by SEC versus WJ Harrico 1946. On the 23rd of July, we've just got some posts here from the Nakamoto Institute saying here like Gavin's changes look good. Gavin's changes look good. I think everything is complete. Here's a test build. Please test it. I wonder where that goes. Oh, to bitcoin.org now. Alright, but there we go. We've also got a post here on Watch a Guru saying Warren Buffett dumps $1.5 billion worth of Bank of America shares. $1.5 billion. Does he know something that the rest of us don't? I mean, you know, I'd be following his lead on that one if I had shares in Bank of America. We know what's going to happen. Good grief. Good. That is very telling. We know what's coming. Where's he put his money though? I heard that a lot of these billionaires have converted their dirty dollar to Swiss francs because obviously you got, you know, Switzerland, Swiss banking. They can't afford to go down. You know, with all their privacy that they have, and the fact that you've got, you know, the World Economic Forum, the Bank of International Settlements, the International Monetary Fund there. I mean, you know, you want to keep your currency safe, and they've also rebased it, like, you know, to the upside once already, the Swiss franc. So I'm guessing that's what they're doing. So if he's, I would probably speculate that he's sold that and then probably turned that into Swiss francs. Yeah, that's what I suspect. Bitcoin.com news says New York Stock Exchange clears listing for Bitwise and Grayscale Ethereum ETFs. Trading expected Tuesday. I mean, just the amount of shit that they've created on this now is just insane. But anyway, let's have a look at the charts then. So $45. Hash rate, don't really need to look at that. Network nodes, yeah, 0.52. Transactions, we'll have a quick look at those on BitInfo charts. Just 115,000 transactions. That's not many. We'll cross-reference that with what's on chain. 125,000. So yeah, much of a muchness. And let's have a look at these block sizes coming through. Nothing to write home about round. Figures kind of like steady. 60,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin. 64.2% more profitable to mine on Corecoin than Bitcoin. Check this out. Let's have a look at the politics going on. Global hash rate 7 days. Global hash rate 24 hours. Other miners gone down there. Oh, Corecoin hash rate. There is no other miners on there. Other miners is not listed. There's no grey slither there. Interesting. Other miners on Bcrash though with just 13.89. Wow. Again, hugely reducing the amount of hash rate. I mean, I've seen that as high as like 75, you know, and now it's down to 13.8. Yeah, I suggest something might be in the pipeline, you know. Fisher Price Cash, who cares? But let's have a look at the mining on what's on chain. Check that out. Tau reducing theirs to 48.51. Kuv making a move with 26.8. QD-Link 17.16. And Gorilla Pool at 7.4. Very good. Well done, them. Crypto Quant, look, exchanges, they're still cashing out their reserves. Even though the price of BTC has been going up, look, they're cashing out. They know what's coming. Let's have a look at Tether Weather. Oh, it's in the green. It's on the upside, so we'll probably see injections into the market. Oh, would you believe it? There we go. 114 billion up to 114.27. So it's like about 200 million gone in there. Gee, 200 million just in one spike. That is nuts. 112.8 to 114.2. Yeah, $1.4 billion. Let's have a look at Circle. Oh, that's in the green as well. Oh, it's spiking. What's going on here? Pumping USDC into the market. Right. I guess that's because maybe there's been furious selling on Mt.Gox, maybe. Trying to keep the market buoyant. Let's have a look at longs. Still misguided. Been checking the wallets. That figure isn't moving. Bitcoin versus BTC. Just tailed off recently. But it was looking really good. That was looking really good. Bitcoin versus USD. Just trending down over these last few days. Cross-reference that with Orange Gateway. So this is Bitcoin versus BTC. Yeah, that's just on its way down there. Bitcoin USD, yeah, on its way down. Oh dear, oh dear. Look at those. Liquidating traders, I suspect that is outrageous. That is outrageous. Total market cap $2.4 trillion. BTC trade volume just 2.8. That's really not a lot at all. Just 2.8% would completely reverse the market. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, see where we can find it. 78. Look at this. This is an absolute joke. That's hilarious. So they reckon there's just 896 bids to 5.8 million asks. The price should be absolutely tanking if that were the case. Absolutely tanking. This is absolute BS. This is total BS. I don't even know how they expect to get away with it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's have a look at the leaderboard a little bit. Who's leading this week? Oh, last week. EP's pots. EPZ pots. Oh, and we've got the new week starting. I hope everybody enjoys that. Right, there we go. That is a 23-minute show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciation to Satoshi at Sembi.com or Handcash.io or Simply.cash or Relasia.com or Rockwallet.me or Senti.ch. They are always greatly appreciated. So we'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.